Hi, it's Dr. Joe Markovich, the anti-aging doctor. Excuse my dress. I'm not really dressed as a doctor today. But I was just thinking about when we were kids, there were some cool movies out there. One of them was Jack the Giant Killer. And Jack the Giant Killer, it's a cool movie. It was like claymation or one of those where they made everything out of clay and they moved it, and it was pretty neat. I'd like to see it again. Cool movie. Oh, the moral or the story behind the story is giants. A little guy can kill a giant, and in your life you have these giants, or even in our mind we think they're giants that are scaring us, bullying us, and we have to be able to stand up to these suckers and beat them. Well, one giant probably for a lot of people would be the IRS. And believe me, that's one giant you could be afraid of. They have authority over us and our money and everything. And even if you're the most lowly person, as a lot of people go to become homeless because they're so afraid of the government. That giant has caused them to just disrupt their whole life. Just say, hey, the hell with it, I ain't doing it. It's just too much pressure. And I've seen that. And I've had run-ins with the IRS. And of course, these giants were put here as allegories, as anecdotes for us to become more powerful. And if you look at all the fairy tales, they're all about overcoming some insurmountable thing. Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, Goldilocks. I mean, if you look at them and look at these fairy tales, they're about overcoming some insurmountable thing. A giant, a wolf, bears, wizards. And most of this stuff is in our imagination. We've made these things a lot more scary than they are. They're not really giants. They're just people just like you and me. A lot of times with a bad attitude, but and maybe you've got a bad attitude too. I know I did. But I'll tell you, you can stand up to these suckers. You got to get your mind right. You've got to stand up to the giants, to the scary wizards, to the wolves and the bears. Stand up a little at a time, and you'll be amazed what it can do. A bullying boss, a bullying wife or husband, a bullying child. Don't be afraid of losing something. To be bullied is the most horrid thing in life. You're never at peace. You got to stand up to the bullies, to the giants, to the wolves, to the bears, and you'll be somebody. God put us on this earth, I believe, to overcome our weaknesses of our mind. I have no proof of this, but it seems like everything's moving to this. Even great people, the more great they were, the more they overcame a giant. But most of the giants are our own fears. So move forward, have fun, be Jack the Giant Killer, and you're going to have one heck of a great life. It's Dr. Joe.